Hello everybody and welcome to Ian's Bricks. I'm Ian and today I've got an updated list for you. So this is a list that's produced by Brickfanatics and they're very good at producing lists of potential sets, Lego sets that will be retiring at the end of each year. And so they released a big list at the start of the year in January, and I did separate videos for loads of different themes. So some of you may have seen that video or those videos there. But what I wanted to do is today they've actually released the updated list for February. So every month they'll release another list with updated list of sets. Some sets will be added to the list, some sets will be removed. So I'm going to go through what I think from a Lego investor point of view and from a sort of a Lego collector, maybe somebody that wants to buy some of the nicer sets. I'm not going to go through every single set that's changed on the list, but I just wanted to go through the important sets on the list which I think should be good for Lego investors and Lego collectors. The main changes this month in February 2023 are in the Star Wars line. There have been a number of changes on there. I did have a look at the lists, and on the website, which I'll leave a link to in my description below for Brickfanatics, they do say that there are 7 big changes, but I counted 8 changes of sets which will be retiring and 1 set that won't, which they didn't mention. So I'm going to go through the sets that are supposed to now be retiring. Now just bear in mind that all of these items I'm going to list here, this isn't from Lego.com directly. It's normally a good source, Brickfanatics, of sets that will be retiring, but as you can see, these lists do change. So there's no 100% guarantee that all of these sets will definitely be retiring at the end of 2023, but sort of just bear that in mind. But the first item on the list is set 75323. It's the Justifier. It's set number I've done the set number, and the price, sorry, is $149.99 in the UK, $169.99 in US dollars and in euros. Very nice set, this one. I think this will be something to be worth collecting, especially if you can get it on a discounted rate. It's quite an expensive set, so you're probably not going to be able to buy too many of these, but this is something that I'd probably like to get at least a couple of, because I think they're definitely worth it. Next on the list is 75327. This is Luke's Red 5 helmet. This is $59.99 recommended retail price in the UK, $69.99 in US dollars and euros. Really nice set this. I picked up some of these over Black Friday of last year for a highly reduced rate. I think I got them for £35, so I'm already sort of winning on this set. So if these are going to be retiring at the end of 2023, I'll probably try and get myself some more of these, because I just think they look amazing anyway. They're really nice sets, so I think they'll do well, and helmets always tend to do quite well. This is a very good set, so if you don't have this already, now would be a good time to start thinking about getting some of those. We also have 75333, the Jedi Starfighter. That's $29.99 in the UK and the US, and $34.99 in euros. Nice set this, okay. There's a decent minifigure with this one, which I think could make it do quite well, but nothing too special. It's a sort of a smaller set, so these are probably the sets that people will be able to get discounted on Amazon and things like that. So I think this could potentially do quite well if it does retire. Next on the list is 75334. Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. This is $44.99 in the UK, $49.99 in euros and in US dollars. Not a particular fan of this set. There's not a lot to it. It's just kind of like a base with some figures on fighting. It's not particularly exciting, but it is still Star Wars. It could potentially do okay, especially if you can get it discounted. I don't think it's been that popular, so there may be bigger discounts on this particular set, but just bear in mind that might not lead to sort of greater sales afterwards. So you know, if you are going to invest in this, I probably wouldn't go too heavy on it, because it's not particularly liked set. I don't think it's not particularly great. Next on the list is 75335, the BD1. So this is priced at $89.99 in the UK, $99.99 US dollars, and the same in euros. This is one of obviously the characters that do quite a lot of these in Star Wars. I actually quite like the look of this character. I don't own one of these, but certainly it's something I saw. I thought, oh, they could be good. So I need to know when that's retiring, because this is something I'd like to pick up. Again, I'd probably try and get these discounted on places like Amazon or wherever you can find find decent discounts, but nice collectible set here. Maybe not as popular as something like, say, an R2-D2, but certainly I think it could be something that could do relatively well. Had a fairly short shelf life, that one as well. Next one is 75336, the Inquisitor Scythe. This is $89.99 in the UK, $99.99 in US dollars, and $99.99 in euros. Quite a nice set, this. I think again you can probably get this discounted in certain places. Again, the sort of the larger spaceships tend to do okay, but again you'd be looking at getting a discount. But just a nice looking set overall. I quite like the look of this one. So again, I'll probably hopefully be getting myself a few of these before they retire. Next on the list is the 75339, the Trash Compactor Diorama. This is priced at $79.99 in the UK, $89.99 in euros, and $89.99 in US dollars. So this is a set that I know you in the UK, I think you can get from Argos and Sainsbury's. And I remember last year people were picking these up. I think they were in Sainsbury stores, and they were vastly reduced at one particular stage. I think Sainsbury were trying to get rid of their stock, and they were sort of like £35. Unfortunately, because my local Sainsbury supermarket is rubbish, they didn't have any, typical. So I missed out on that particular deal, but I still think even at full price, or maybe with a small discount, from or with like gift with purchases and things like that from Lego.com, I certainly think it'll be a nice set to get. It's such an iconic scene, the trash compactor, and I just think it's something even at full price that you'll be able to make a profit on once this is retired after a couple of years. So for me, I'll certainly be looking out for some deals if I can, but if not, I will still probably get a couple of these. And then finally on the Star Wars list that will be retiring is the 75338, the Ambush on Ferrix. I think that's how that's pronounced. Apologies if that's incorrect. I wasn't really aware of this set, and I had a look at the set number and I'm thinking, okay, it's a nice looking set. It's $69.99 in the UK, $69.99 in US dollars, and $79.99 in euros. I think this could perhaps do okay. It's unusual. Apparently in the UK this is a Selfridges exclusive, so it's not... Selfridges isn't a store, I think there's only one in London. I might be wrong in that. So they do online, which is okay. But yes, it's not very well known. It's not a particularly big set, so I'd be worried about spending £70 on something like that. But yeah, it's got some nice minifigures in that, so potentially it could do quite well. I know on Lego.com you can buy them, but there's only a limit of 2 on this particular set, so it might be quite difficult to get hold of. So this could be one that could be worth investing in, even if you have to pay full price. So just bear that in mind. One item that wasn't on the February 2023 list, which was on the January 2023 list, was the Mos Eisley Cantina, set number 75290. Interestingly, there was no sort of mention of this within the write-up. Normally Brickfanatics will highlight the most important sets that are sort of coming on and off the list, but it wasn't mentioned. So whether they've just omitted this or whether it's just an oversight, it might not be retiring anymore. So just bear that in mind. Maybe keep an eye out for that, the Mos Eisley Cantina, in later editions of this particular list, because this is a set that I probably would like to invest in, but if it's not going to be retiring this year, this isn't a set I'll be buying at the moment. Next on the list is the Lego Ideas. Only one change on this, and this is set 21329, the Fender Stratocaster, the guitar set basically. This apparently now is not retiring, so this was on the January list but isn't now on the February list. So this isn't a set that's retiring. Okay set this. I mean, it wasn't the greatest. It was one of my sort of not particularly sure whether I'd invest in this set. It's quite nice. People sort of wrote in my comments, it's actually a very nice set to build, but I just don't think there's been a lot of buzz about this particular set. But for whatever reason, Lego look as though they've decided to keep this on the shelves a little bit longer. Next on the list from the Icons or the Creator Expert range is set number 10278. So this is the modular police station. This is $169.99 in the UK, $199.99 in US dollars, and $199.99 in euros. I'm surprised to see this on the list. We've already got the Birch Books, the bookshop modular retiring, and also Assembly Square, which is not a surprise Rise Assembly Square because it's been on shelves for quite a while, but Police Station's only got a 3-year shelf life, so it's unusual that this has come on the list. I might even expect this one to come back off this list again at a later date, so bear that in mind. I'm certainly not going to be buying any of these sets just yet for investment because I think it's a little bit too early, but yeah, this apparently is now showing on the February list as a potential retirement. One set that now isn't retiring is 10280, which is the Flower Bouquet. I think this is a set that's been very, very popular for Lego. They're obviously still making money, they're still being able to sell them, so I can understand why they take this off the list because it is still quite a popular set. So no need to stock up on those particular sets just yet. Another set that isn't retiring, which I was surprised to see, was 71374, the Nintendo NES. This is a set that I really like. I've built this, it's an amazing set, and I was looking at this as a set that I would be buying for Lego investing. But if it's not retiring this year, I'm going to hold off, maybe buy that next year, keep an eye on that. But yeah, at the moment it's a shame it's not retiring because it is a nice set, but obviously again Lego are probably still making money from it, so they want to keep it on the shelves. From the Creator range is set number 40460, and these are the roses, and apparently the roses are not retiring either. I think I read that they weren't going to be retiring until 2026. Now, unfortunately, I bought a couple of these recently, which is how Lego investing goes sometimes. You're going to buy some things sometimes which don't always retire. I only bought a couple of boxes, so it wasn't the worst thing in the world. They're still a very nice set, these, but yeah, they're not retiring anytime soon, apparently, the roses. One set that is retiring a little bit earlier, and it's not a particularly exciting set, but it's from the Mickey and Friends range, and it's set 10780, the Castle Defenders set. Apparently this is now going to be retiring in July of 2023, so not a lot of time left to get this set if you want it. It's $44.99 in the UK, $54.99 in US dollars, and $49.99 in euros. This is okay, this set. I actually managed to pick one of these up around Christmas time from an online retailer at half price. I picked one of these up for £22, so I would certainly be looking at big discounts for a set like this. It's a 4+ set, which tends to go against sort of a lot of sets, but you know, Mickey Mouse Castle, there's some unique minifigure prints in there. It's quite a nice looking set, so yeah, if you get it discounted, I think this might be worth something. It's not going to be a great investment, but I think this potentially could do okay. Very short shelf life on that particular set as well. And finally, on the sets that possibly will be retiring are the BrickHeadz, and these are sets that haven't even been released yet. So very short shelf life, only 9 months shelf life if they are going to be retired. And they are sets number 40619, that's the Wally and Eve, that's $13.49 in the UK, $14.99 in euros and US dollars. And then we have two sets at $17.99 and $19.99 in euros and dollars, $17.99 in UK pounds. It's 40620 Cruella and Maleficent. I always say that wrong, apologies. And 40621 Moana and Merida. So these are obviously the Disney BrickHeadz celebrating the 100 years of Disney. They haven't been released yet. Me personally, I think all three of them are pretty good for Lego investing. I will certainly be getting all three of those and probably a number of them. But particularly I will be hopefully getting rather a lot of 40619, the Wally and Eve. I think they look great, they're nice, they're cute, they've just got a lot of positives going for it. Short shelf life, really good set. So that is the one out of the three which I will definitely be heavily investing in, I think. So you'll probably see some of my hauls coming up throughout March and April where I'll be buying probably a lot of these. So I had a look through some of the other lists as well. There were no changes from what I could see on the Marvel list or the Harry Potter list. There were a couple of small changes within the Lego City range, but nothing that I would be that interested in. Just a couple of small sets really. Again, no change in architecture. Monkey Kid, Jurassic World, Avatar, or Lego Art Set. There were some other changes in some of the other themes, maybe like Minecraft and Friends and stuff, but I tend not to look at those sets anyway because I don't really collect or invest in those or not have a great knowledge about those particular particular sets. Anyway, so that's basically the list and all the changes within the February 2023 list. I will be continuing these reviews of these lists if there are significant changes throughout the year, so keep an eye out for those videos. But for now, thank you very much for watching. That's always much appreciated. Please like and please comment if you can. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll always try and respond to those comments. But for now, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye for now.